Saturday. It is Meg Rogers here coming at you live. So I just wanted to hop on. Let's talk about this. If you want change, you're going to have to be the change. You can continue to have excuses, but really what excuses are is fear. Do you want change or not? What keeps me on track right now through this really heavy detox and getting adrenals functioning properly is I want to feel great again. To no longer need naps would be amazing. To be able to think clearly would be even better. The brain fog is finally starting to leave and I'm starting to feel a little bit more like me and it feels great. And, I want to be able to push in the workouts and I want to be able to do workouts other than yoga. And, for me, workouts were my way of burning off the crazy with anxiety and stuff, and it just feels empowering, and I want to feel better, but more than I want to keep guessing and stumbling forward. So for me, that means following, right now an hourly supplement schedule, despite being, an anti-restrictive person. I'm usually against anything restrictive, but what are you willing to do to get to where you want to be? What are you willing to do to feel your best? If you're still using excuses, the first question to ask yourself is that working for you? And the second question is, what are you really afraid of? Because here's the thing, when we use an excuse, it's because we're afraid of something. When we're afraid of failure, or it could be that we're afraid of failure, or that, we're afraid it's just not going to work, or we're afraid that we're not going to stick to it. We're afraid that we're not going to do it. So case in point, I was literally talking to somebody recently who's been going to the gym for the really long time, for the last year, working out at home, either, claiming that they're eating better, but not seeing the progress and the results that they want. They're having very, very little, and she wants she told me, she's like, I want your pre-baby, body, that I had before Gabby. And I can't figure out what's going on. So, okay, y'all, here's the thing. I don't ever share what I do publicly here because a lot of people have the same tools that I do, but they're not using them correctly. So if you ever hear, what I'm doing, the first thing you're going to be like is, oh my gosh, well, that doesn't work. So, but the big thing is you are not doing the work. There's a really big difference between using the tools and using the tools correctly. She's sitting on top of all of the meal plans. She asked, so I asked her, okay, well, why aren't you using the meal plans? And her response was, I just need somebody to tell me what to do. A schedule written out, I need it for me later. And why am I keep getting this low connection signal? Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Hopefully this is working. I don't know. But her response, when I asked her, well, why aren't you using the meal plans and stuff, was just, I need somebody to tell me what to do. I need a schedule written out. I need everything written out for me and laid out and telling me exactly what to do. You guys, she has it. So why aren't you using it? It's all wrote out, so why are you not using it? That is the biggest question to ask yourself. And so she started writing it out to me and we started talking about it. And she's like, well, I did the program, but I didn't do the meal plan, or I did this program for a couple weeks, but then I quit. It's like, oh my gosh, as she's reading this, she's like, holy crap, this sounds really, really bad. I'm not actually doing all of the things. I'm doing a little thing and expecting all these big results. And so is that you? Are you doing something and you're, expecting all these really big results, but you're only doing a tiny fraction of what you should be doing? So the other question was, I asked her, okay, well, what is truly holding you back? What is that thing just keeping you, stuck? And she's like, well, I'm in my car a lot. I have meetings to go to all the time. I'm working from my car a lot. My kids are, they're in sports and they're on the go and I'm exhausted and I crave carbs and chocolate and it's just easier to pick up. You guys, all of that stuff that she told me, those are excuses. It's fear. It's fear that you can't stick to a plan because you're in your car. It's fear that you can't stick to it because you have meetings to go to. It's fear that you can't stick to a meal plan because you're going out to eat. So you're adding in all of these excuses that are not serving you and actually holding you back. So what do? How do you fix that? For one, if you're in your car, pack a cooler. If you're craving carbs, it's honestly a lot of the time it's because of habit, but mostly it's because you're not getting in the right fuel for what your body needs, so you're craving crap. You know, if you're craving carbs, it's not going to satisfy you if you give into them. So it's just your body's way of telling you, hey, I need energy. So you also get energy when you're eating balanced in the way that your body needs. And all of our bodies are different, and they actually do need different things. And so it's important to know, what does my body need? And yes, your body needs carbs. So when you're fueling properly, you're not going to be craving the crap, you know, and breaking that habit and start eating for your goals is so important. But the thing is, you have to choose. You have to choose to break that habit. So when you fuel properly, guess what? You're not going to crave the crap anymore. So the next excuse was, you know, that she's going out to eat a lot. Well, great. Then choose healthy choices. You guys, to say that you go out to eat a lot and that you can't eat healthy, it's BS. It is fear talking. Like, what is important to you? What is so important to you that, you know, you're not going to use these excuses? Because it's important to have, like, what is your why? Why are you doing this? Whatever you are doing in the day, it's because that's what's important to you. You said yes to everything on your plate today, whether it's your kids, your job, PTA, signing them up for sports. Everything that you are doing is because you said yes to something. If you keep saying that you have to do something, I have to do this, what's going to happen? You're not going to want to do it. You're going to feel kind of burnt out and miserable and kind of rebelling, you know. So I don't have to be following this plan that I'm on. And at first I was like, oh my gosh, I have to do this. And then I started finding myself rebelling and going against it. So I had to train myself as well and talk myself down to, you know, shifting my mindset to be like, you know what, I don't have to be following this plan I'm on, but I know that what it feels like to have that optimal health. I know what it feels like to feel my absolute best. And I have that endless energy and so much joy over the skin that I'm in, you know. So I am so like freaking excited over this healing process, you know, and how it's going to go and how it's going and how it's, you know, fueling me. And I love what I do. I love where God is calling me. I love how I look while on this journey to betterment again. So are you in control of your life right now? If you're afraid that you're not going to succeed, yes, you will be filled with excuses. And everything is possible and anything is possible, but you have to be willing to work for it. And you can't just do some of the things, because if you're only doing some of the things, you're going to get none of the things. You know, so, you know, like people want to join my fit family. Well, you know, that's what's happening over here. There's zero excuses. So one of my ladies has MS. She just had an infusion the other day. So right now she's focusing on nutrition and she's showing up for her where it counts the most. You know, fear used to hold her back for years, that she wasn't worth investing in herself, that, you know, it was selfish to take time for her. And you know what? Now she's freaking blowing me away because she's showing up for her every single day. There is never an excuse. But all right, guys, I hope that this helps, because this was just something that I've been talking to somebody with, and not just this one person, but I talk to this with a lot of people. There's so many people that have so many excuses, but all of those excuses are typically fear-based. All right, guys, get out there, and I hope this helps.